Welcome back, Team Tabletop. Today, we're going to be playing some Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels, and I know what you guys are all thinking. Happy New Year and all that jazz. But yeah, I was following Master Duels for a little while now, in terms of their spoilers and releases, but I wasn't expecting them to actually release the game yesterday. It was a welcome surprise. I was waiting for the duel function, and they just released the game automatically, which I was like, cool, so awesome. But it also meant that we had to scramble around finding out all the nuanced mechanics and how to get the cards most optimally, because some of the cards here we can't actually buy straight off. The only exception to this is Ash Blossom, which we can get in one bundle, but the other two we have to craft using these points. And every card requires 30 points in order to craft, but you only get 10 if you dismantle it. So you have excess cards, you turn them into dust, and then with 30 dust you can turn them into cards. And it's expensive. Like Effect Valors, Ash Blossoms, Uberu, all these things are inside extremely high rarity, or the highest rarity, so they're super difficult to get. I also don't have enough to get the infinite impermanence and other shit like that, so we're gonna have to just steady ourselves down, because we are 200 euros in, and I want to make several different decks for you guys over the course of the next few weeks. Maybe even do daily content on this, so you guys enjoy that kind of stuff. Which is why for today, don't mind the fact that this list is somewhat suboptimal, because we are just waiting on, slowly putting the funds in. You don't want to go too ham on it and see how things are, because with new game releases, you don't know if you want to dedicate yourself too much into it. But 200 euros, I think, is perfectly fine. So today we're going to be playing some Sky Strikers. Now, Sky Strikers is a really weird archetype, and you guys all know it because it has Rei, and she is cute. She is a waifu. She is babe. However, the problem with Rei is that Sky Strikers is not great. It is a meme deck, in my opinion. It has a couple of cool things that it can do, and it has some of the nicest artwork that kind of resonate with me. I mean, Gundam and women. Two things that every guy and girl can appreciate. So, the thing about Rei is that you want her into the graveyard as soon as possible, or inside a turn 1 play, because she has a quick effect. When you tribute her, you can summon one Sky Striker Ace monster from our extra deck that is a probably just a Link monster, which is really good, because whenever a Link monster on our field dies, we are able to summon Rei in their place. So let's say if turn 1 we play Shizuku, which allows us to, don't mind this, allows us to once per turn during the end phase, if this turn was special summoned, or this card was special summoned, you can add one Star Striker spell from your deck to your hand with a different name. So turn 1, you play Rei, then you Link summon into Shizuku, then you use Shizuku to fetch a spell that you need. More often than not, it's going to be Star Striker Engage, which is basically allows us to grab one Star Striker card, taking out the deck. And then during our opponent's turn, when they kill Shizuku, we can actually summon Rei again, because whenever Link monster dies, which is Shizuku, Rei gets summoned again. And Rei has the quick effects, where we can tribute her. See where this is going? So during our opponent's turn, they destroy a Link monster. When we special summon Rei again, then during their end phase, we can just special summon a Link monster that is Strike Striker on their turn, so we still have more value on the board. And there's a couple different effects. Kaguri, I think, is really good, but it's limited to one, which I don't really like. It's essentially when you special summon this card, it gains 100 attack points for each spell in your graveyard, so spells and traps, and you can only special summon one of these per turn. But you can also return a spell that is a Sky Striker spell from your graveyard to your hand. So good recursive value here would be to summon the Rei, Link summon to this gets destroyed, summon the Rei, then go into this. However, only one, that means we have to be more careful with our management here. So I'll go through them all one at a time so you guys know exactly what we're talking about. Kaguri allows us to fetch a card from the graveyard. Shizuku allows us to get a card at our end step, and their passive effect is that this one gets 100 attack points for each spell in the graveyard. This one minuses 100 attack and defense points for each spell in our graveyard to opponent monsters. We have Hayate, which allows us to attack the opponent directly, and whenever it does damage, or if it's battled, you can send one striker card from our deck to our graveyard, and I'll explain why that's important in a little bit. Kaina is pretty decent, because she's a nice tech. You don't want too much of her. When she's special summoned, she can prevent an opponent from attacking for one turn, or rather a creature that they are attacking. So if we really need things to stick, because sometimes they destroy the Link monster back to the Rei, and then back to the Rei we can summon one of these, but they'll just get killed again. We just want them to live. We can summon Kaina, which prevents the remaining damage, hopefully, which is enough to, keep Kaina alive. She also has the ability to give 100 life points after every Strike Striker spell is cast. The next card inside our list is Crystalline Hieroglyphics, which allows us to special summon a level 1, level 3 monster tuner from our deck or our hand or in the defense position. And this is basically a spell to fetch our effect bearers during the main phases if we need to, in order to get more monsters onto the field to rise up to a win con. Then Phoenix, self-explanatory. Link summon it, discard a card, destroy a card, draw a card if it's pointing at a thing. And it's a link too, so we can just pump it up. We also have the Fire Charmer, a Blaze over here, which allows us to special summon a fire monster from our opponent's graveyard, which if they're running effect veilers, I'm pretty sure, no. If they're running like, I don't know, Nightmare Phoenix and other stuff like that, there's plenty of fire monsters to be had over here. We also have this one as a generic monster in because I need more cards to do stuff. And, you know, it's good fodder for 15 because we can just use the Pot Posterity to remove it. We also have Zeke, which allows us to, actually I might just use 2 Zekes instead. Zeke, when she or he is summoned, allows us to banish one monster from the battlefield face up that is on our opponent's side. And it returns to their side of the field at the end of the opponent's next end phase. And we can sacrifice one card from our zones to give it 1000 attack points for the rest of the game until it dies. We also have Link Decode Talker, again, just kind of, you know, link chaining, Celine, Queen of the Master, also like link chaining here, so we can get into the ultimate win con, which is access code talker if things take a little too long. So that is basically the extra deck. The next thing I'm going to explain to you guys is all the archetype cards inside this deck that is part of the Sky Striker series. So Mobilize allows us to find a card from our deck, put into the battle, put it into our hand. Then we have 3 more cards. We draw a card. You will notice that all Sky Striker cards will have this. If you control no monsters in your main monster zone. And this means that we have to be very careful with our management here, because just having tokens or anything there will prevent any of our cards from working, like 90% of our deck. So you learn the hard way sometimes. So this is one of the better ones. The next one that we have is Maneuver. Target one face-up monster, destroy it. Then if you have 3 or more cards in your graveyard, you destroy one spell or trap card. You can see here that the 2 effects are kind of obvious. 1, no monster cards in the main zone. 2, have 3 or more spells in your graveyard. So we got to populate the graveyard, which is why we have things like Foolish Burial to hopefully put our Ray in so that she can like summon herself in for other monsters that we summon. We also have Foolish Burial Goods, which allows us to put in more of these cards or spell cards into the graveyard, allowing us to get to the tree very early on in the game. We also got this Lightning Storm because why not? We can actually get Lightning Storm from the bundle along with the Ash Blossom as well, and Solemn Judgment. We have Raigeki, Rifts Reborn, and Reinforcement to grab some of our nice rays here. Or, yeah, this is used to grab ray. This is just used for utility. These cards you can get from tutorial missions, so I recommend doing those. Not very difficult either. We also have this over here, which is kind of the inverse. It targets one spell trap card, destroy it. Then you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard, destroy one monster on the field. Granted, you must target this in order to activate this bundle effect. However, if you've played it already, you can still use the effects, if that makes sense. The next thing that we have over here is one Sky Striker Maneuver, which I'm thinking of removing. There's a lot of extra cards I would like to put in here, but it's not too great. So how it works is that we send 2 cards from our deck to the graveyard, from the top of our deck. Then at least 1 card is sent to the graveyard, and you have 3 or more spells in your graveyard. You can shuffle all your opponent's monsters from the extra monster zone into the deck, which isn't too bad. It's very situational, and I use it mostly to like populate our decks, but there's nothing great otherwise. I do think Maneuver might be a little bit better. We control no monsters. We can target one Sky Striker monster in our graveyard, add to our hand. Actually, you know what? I'll just add this in instead. It's a work in progress, as you guys can see. So this card is basically if you have a level 4 Sky Striker Ace monster inside your graveyard, add it to your hand, or you have 3 or more, you can special summon it. Special summoning is pretty decent because then we can ramp up to our win cons over here, or our overall win cons. This is basically to wipe off the board if they manage to destroy us. This is to draw more cards. Posterity. Sky Striker Airspace, pretty decent. Allows us to populate the grave, and also whenever it's destroyed, we can target 1 card, or special summon 1 ace monster from our deck, which is pretty nice. So this, we usually want to destroy using our own effects if we need to. However, Z can also do it for us. So once we got all the value we wanted from airspace, or just have airspace on the field, we can use Zeke's effect to destroy a card on our side, which is this, in order to special summon a card from our side of the field, from our deck, which will bring us one step closer to access code Talker. Sky Striker modules basically can use spell card where we can target one other card we control, send that card to the graveyard. Also, your opponents can't activate spars or spells in response, even if this thing is leaving the field once per turn. By doing so, they cannot activate cards or effects in response to spell card activations the rest of our turn. Once per turn, during the end phase, you can set cards with different names from your graveyard up to the number of cards that we spent this turn, which is pretty good. It's very situational. I keep one in there just in case, but we'll see. We have a Forbidden Chalice. Target one monster on the field, it gets 400 attack points, but its effects are negated. Quick spell effect, pretty decent, and a rare rarity as well, pretty nice. We also have the similar card here, which is the Widow Anchor. And the reason why I like the Widow Anchor is because it is, it's pretty strong. It's like the Chalice. It negates the effects, it equips it, and if we have 3 or more, we get control of the creature at the end of the turn, so we can just use it during our bonus turn to take control, then use it for different shenanigans and sacrificial things. This one allows us to target one face of monster to be unaffected. So basically we target ourselves to make sure it doesn't die or by card effect. It also becomes indestructible at the end of turn, because it cannot be destroyed by battle if we have 3 or more. This one allows us to banish cards from our graveyard, or from an opponent's graveyard. We have 3 or more. We can summon it on our field instead if we want to get rid of those pesky things. And I have Magical still in here for shits and giggles. And I believe that is basically it, and it covers everything. If you guys have any questions down below. But yeah, hopefully we can get a few wins in using this Frankenstein monster of a Sky Striker deck that is missing Effect Veilers, Nibirus, and Infinite Impermanence. Or at the very least, get a few laughs along the way. But without any further ado, it's time to duel. Okay, I believe the opponent's also going first again this time. So what does the opponent have? Against an Ash Blossom and an Effect Veiler. Oh my, just one card. Okay, I hope you guys can all see where we're going with this, right? Oh, 2 Ash Blossom, neat. So play number 1 is to activate the reinforcements of the army, allowing us to find 1 ray from our deck. Hopefully that is not a... No, I don't want to Ash Blossom my own shit. Here we go. You can call me Ray, or you can call me Ray J. Just don't call me Ray J, because that's not my name. So from here, we're just going to special summon Shizuku. Grab a couple more cards here. You control no monsters. Yeah, so we do this in order to protect our creature. This one is destroy 1 set Trouble Trap card, which I think might be important. So we get rid of this. Hopefully it's not one of those artifact cards. Especially the axe one that prevents me from special summoning. Mystical Space Typhoon, how dare you? Probably should put an MST inside this deck. Yeah, nothing much we want to do after that. So end our turn here. And now that we have all 3 of these lads in here, we can actually provoke the extra effect because there's 3 spells inside the graveyard. We're going to find ourselves a Sky Striker card. Yeah, we'll do this for now because we can just seek out what other cards we need later, and it just basically thins out our deck as well. Plus it gives us an extra card draw next turn. I'm about to ruin this entire man's career. Look at this. Ash Blossoms and Effect Veilers. How dare you be so degenerate. How rude. Yeah, I'm okay with this. So, Lightning Storm on the stack allows us to play... Well, choosing the top effect, destroying all destroyed monsters, sending Shizuku to the graveyard. As Shizuku goes to the graveyard, she triggers the effect of Ray inside the graveyard, which is whenever a card is destroyed, Link monster destroyed by battle or leaves the battlefield because of an effect, you can special summon this card. So Ray's gonna come in now. And don't forget, Ray has the ability to quick effect. You can tribute this card to summon a card from your extra deck to the extra monster zone, which is going to be one of our Link monsters. Probably another Shizuku, which allows us to actually draw another card here. But you can target this card, send the graveyard during the phase. Down monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's effects. You can banish any number of dinos from your graveyard, including this card. Special summon one dinosaur monster from your deck with a level equivalent to. Guys, I swear, Sky Strikers, they're just like such high tier decks here. Okay, looks like we are on the play here. Not too bad. Opening hand here. Summon Ray. Ray, we can summon Shizuku. Go on to here. Shizuku at end phase will be able to fetch us a card. We could mobilize if I find one right now. Going to set this here to stop some shenanigans happening on their side. Forbidden Chalice will prevent other cards from triggering. Sky Striker Mecha, I think we should also put in here as well. Or we can probably wait. It has a better payoff. Yeah, I'm not overly fussed on this particular sequence, so we'll end the phase there. At our end phase, we're just going to grab a card with Shizuku. Right now we have trap removal. We need creature removal. Just in case. We also grab the token generator. We need to chain things up. And summon Code Talker. Kind of want them a little bit low first of all though. Fusion summon. If an opponent controls a monster to a special summon from the extra deck, you can also use monsters in your deck as fusion material. Oh wow. Isn't that a bit messed up? It's a construct. The damage stuff, this card battles a monster, destroy that monster. If this card... Okay, activate the effect of Shadal. Or our Chalice. Prevent this from happening. Chain. Here, have 400 extra life points, or attack points. Negate. There's a Dogmatica card. Oof. Dogmatica. Pretty decent archetype. Better than Sky Strikers. Let's see if our waifus can pull through. No, I probably should recommend some anime in the background while we're watching all this play out. Ooh. 2 face downs. Oh no! Specials. Here you go. Special effect, activate another Shizuku. So now it's too weak to actually kill us. Yes, please activate the effect. Do you want to be able to summon more, or do we want to do something else? Maybe a second bow is going to be the right play here. Because then we can grab their cards, attack them. Yeah, this might be the play. We do have to remove their spell cards, though. It's going to be a right pain. Alright, Schism. You should summon one shell from your deck. Punishing fusion material listed on your card, but it cannot attack directly. Then you can send to the graveyard one monster your opponent controls with the same attribute as fusion monster. You can activate this effect once per turn only. Don't have the thing to protect us, which is kind of sad. Sure, it is what it is. During the main phase? As in his main phase or my main phase? Because I'm not too sure. Well, we'll see anyway. Let's destroy one of these. Chain. Yep, happens during main phase. Alright, what's this one do? Your extra deck to the graveyard if you do destroy a card. That is just very rude of you. You get special summon Ray back out though, which is kind of neat. During the main phase, if a monster special summon from the extra deck is on the field, you can special summon this card from your hand. Yeah, makes sense. Dogmatica Flourish the Knight is about to activate. If you control a Dogmatica monster, you can negate the effects of one face-up monster on the field until the end of the turn. Yeah. I would like to summon some stuff now. Summon you. So we can capture one of them using our Widow Anchor. Ideally, we want to grab Boat, but I don't know how that works. Do we have Tree more? Tree yet? 1, 2, only 2. What do we value more? Destroying stuff or what? We can go to post-combat, attack him with the Hayate. But not the play to make. I think the play to do here is to grab this. Find a removal spell. Set trap. I don't need to set anything either. Let's grab you. Now we have Tree. Use this. Destroy this. destroying Shadow Schism. And then we can use our Mecha Widowmaker in order to grab the Shadow over here and attack this. Gain control of this until end of turn. Yep. Take control, yes. Put you over here for now. Activate you later. Proceed to battle phase. Battle phase, we're going to attack this into here. Go over here. Attack into face. Activate the effect of Hayate. Putting down Razes, because there might be link monsters in here. Battle is now over. Proceed to the second main phase. And a second main phase, we can sacrifice our stuff here. Now we can use this to sacrifice it into Zeke. Sacrifice you. You. Link summoning into Zeke. Because we lose control of it at the end of the turn, so we might as well sacrifice it now. Activate the effect of Zeke when it enters the battlefield. We get to exile or banish one card from the battlefield that is face up. Chain. Resolve. Could pump it up a little bit more, but I don't think that's the play to make. Karagori Yohane is next. We can use this to destroy their stuff. Oh, I should have done this first. I'm an idiot. Sure, we'll go to the end phase, and then we just activate the effect of multi-user. Set you. Set you. Okay. Let's see what the opponent's got for us here. We're running a little bit low on cards here. So might be a situation where we won't be able to bring these back. Oh, Magical Meltdown. Yeah, that's one Alistair. Is the opponent also running on empty? Because we did take away their Fleur and their Acestius. Zeke is going to bring it back into the battlefield there. Draw. Ooh. That's a neat one. There's a Schism. Standby phase. So we can recur a lot of value here, so let's go with this first. Destroy you. Getting rid of you. Destroying your card, yes. Can't be negated, so this has to go first. Because that's the thing causing them to actually do stuff. You can activate Mobilize, draw an extra card, and grab a card. No, I don't want to chain my Ash Blossom. I'm trying to tank here, people. Please. Is there a ray in the grave? I think there is. Yeah, there is a ray and also our rods. So the thing to do here would be to summon 2 of them out, right? Somehow. So we need to special summon Ray. Is what you're saying. To special summon, we need the maneuver. Draw a card. And this kind of works out for everyone. Special summon Ray. No chain. Right to the field. Yes, please. For the effect at 2 or more. Yes. Special summon you out. Ash Blossom Dig effect. Get rid of the gamma, no seeking, and getting your other framework out. We'll put you out here. Then, since there's 4 here, we have to do this in order. Special summon Decode Talker. 2, yes. 1. And we're just gonna climb. Climb! Arawario! Decode Talker! And then we just sacrifice it in order to summon our access code talker here. We will now get 3,000 extra attack points because of Decode Talker being a link tree. Boom! There we go. Activate the effect, because why not? Shits and giggles. Shizuku, go. Let's get rid of this. Battle! No! Why would you leave before I kick your ass? Oh, that's very sad. That's so sad. We were about to do the boom. Okay, looks like we're gonna be second here. Not too bad, actually. Ash Blossoms prevent them from searching out stuff, like Signet Mining. So, what is this? Discard a card. Then add a card. So, Ash Blossom prevents that. Aha! Now you're down 2 cards in turn 1. Ash Blossom wins games. And he does have the Call by the Grave. Alright. So chaining the effect, Call by the Grave will negate Ash Blossom, which will negate the negate on Signet Mining. But he is literally down 3 cards now, as opposed to our 1 card, so... He's gotta find ways to draw more cards here. A Cyber's deck is pretty decent, and I actually saw there, that was the Ladybug, wasn't it? Is that the one that lets you special summon from the hand? You can add a level 3 monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use this effect once per turn. If a code talker monster is special summoned from the extra deck to your field, except the damage step, you can target one of those monsters. Add a Cyber's monster with the same attribute. Okay. From your deck to your hand. Also, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck for the rest of the term, except Cyber's monsters. You cannot add... Well, a lot of stuff going on here. A lot of stuff. Can be destroyed by battle or your opponent's card effects. Well, this card points to a monster. So microcode is currently doing something. That's a lot of text. Material. You can add 1 Signet trap. Okay. Aha! I told you! Ash Blossom wins games. Draw your last pathetic card, move static. Okay, looks like we're going to be going second this game. Not the worst hand, but not overly good. Regeki, Solemn Judgment, no hand traps. That would have been a hand trap. Push Burial into the Ray, put Ray into the graveyard. Is it the play? Or against Pendulums? So we activate this, put Ray into the graveyard. There you go. There's one magic card. Here's a second one. Oh wow. You're gonna love all the cards I'm gonna summon. Second card I'm gonna put into there with the... Gonna need all we can here. So we need those cards to stay afloat, this one to stay alive, this one summons a token which lets us start. And sacrifice one of these. I don't think this one's overly useful inside this matchup currently. So now we have tree. Yep. Tree, we can do this. Destroy this. Which allows us to destroy another monster. Destroy all monsters on the field. Oh wow. You in the field here. And end our turn, because we have no monsters in a deck where almost half of our cards are monsters. Statistically, what is the probability of like drawing 5 cards that doesn't... Oh, what's that? Attributing. If this card is normal summoned with attributing or special summon, it becomes level 4. His original attack becomes 1,800. If this card is normal summoned, is unaffected by effects of... This card is tribute summoned by tributing a Queel monster. Yep. I'm not scared of that. I'm scared of what it's going to summon, because we're losing 4,000 life points. Which isn't the worst. Yep. Battle phase. Main phase 2, end phase. Turn change. Come on. Alright. Activate this first of all. Remove you. Destroy you. Reinforcements out. Don't want to solemn judgment my own reinforcements here. Sky Striker Ray, here you are. Armed and ready. Let's go, Shizuku. Actually, no. Move to make here is to go for Hayate. Since we're going... Since we have a battle phase this time around, we might as well. Hayate go to battle. Attack straight into the face. Activate the effect of Hayate, which allows us to find one Sky Striker card, put it into our graveyard. What cards won't be useful inside this matchup currently? I think we don't need that many Razas, if we're going to be honest. Plus we already have 3 in here, so we... Well, 5 actually. 6? Yeah, we have more than enough to proc our stuff. Proceed to second main phase. Second main phase, we switch Hayate in for Shizuku. Here we go. See, this would be the turn to max Xeon. Proceed to the end phase. in end phase, Shizuku with trigger, allowing us to find one Strike Striker card inside our deck that doesn't share a common name with a card inside our graveyard. So we'll play this. Grab the Mobilize. Another combo we could have done is Hayate into Kaguri, but Kaguri is kind of a... she's a hot commodity. Very difficult to find. Losing half our life points would be 2,950. Which I don't think is an issue. It turns into what? 1,800? Don't need to worry about this currently. Don't be scared of what they play. It's what they're gonna play next. That's the issue. Here's the Ash Blossom. Mobilize. Don't want to Ash Blossom or Solemn Judgment for my own stuff. Thank you very much. Let's do this. Draw a card, please. Can I kill him? No, I'll do 5,000 damage, but that won't be enough. If I were to play it the way I'm thinking. This into Hayate into Zeke, maybe? To make this. Summon Ray. Onto the battlefield here. Attack position. Opponent only has a couple of cards left, so we're not too scared of things going on yet. We have no more Shizukus inside the grave, but that's fine. Summon Hayate. Negate the effects of all facial monsters. Boom. On the gate, you're in a gate. Okay. Special summon now. Turn Ray into Kaguri. Boom. Kaguri's effect. Triggers. We find one card from our graveyard to strike a card. Put it into our hand. Put Mobilize in. We attack now will be 2,200, 3,700. Which I think is fine. So you go here. You go into here. Activate this effect here. I think the field effect is very important here. Kind of just want to sacrifice this turn into a Zeke. We currently have Link 2, is it? With Link 2, what can we do? We can do this, especially summon a fire monster. We don't have any fire monsters currently. So I think it's best we just hold off. Yeah, we have plenty of things to do here. Although we do this, Link 2, we can actually use Engage because it won't have anything here. But I kind of want to keep this up a little bit because we do have an Ash Blossom. I think we're into a very good position here, unless they draw something formidable. Don't see a lot of incursion inside the graveyard pile here. Oh no. Here we go. Go, Ray. It's your chance to shine. End phase. Activate Ray's ability. Quick effect. Sacrifice Ray. Tribute summon a Ting. Shizuku. Enter. Activate the ability of Shizuku. The one to destroy set cards is no longer available. Very sad. Because it's currently inside our graveyard. So I'll just grab this. So we get more recursive value out of it. Because this one remembers all the cards that's been played this turn. And then we can set cards equal to the amount that we played this turn. So you, first of all. Because it has to be faced up when we play these cards. Play Mobilize. Mobilize on the chain. Go find one of these. Draw a card, please. Ha! Oh, wow. I'm about to end this man's career. Oh, don't want to destroy another card. Oh, that would have destroyed everything. Cool. Good game. GG's, GG's. Alright, opponent is currently going first. Oh boy, what are they playing today? Dinosaurs! Oh no. My one weakness. Dead animals. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Don't want to get rid of that one just yet. Flame. It's a destroyed monster. I think now is Master Duel. Okay. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Gets Oh god, a lightning storm would be real nice right about now. Raigeki? I'm just glad that we're not the ones going first here. That's a lot of damage. Look at this. Look at this bullshit. Oh god. Holoquaxer. What you gonna do? Find an effect veiler as your tuner monster? Nope, he doesn't need it because he has a dinosaur deck. Okay. Oh, wow. I get to play now? Draw. God damn it, that would have been fucking useful a second ago. Does that destroy it? Negate the activation you destroy it. This card must be face up to field to activate. Yeah, I'm actually okay with this. Destroy. As it goes to the graveyard, we can special summon one card. Nope, doesn't work like that. Fuck it, I'm done. And welcome back to the post-game wrap-up. So, what can I say about this whole Sky Striker Ace thing? Ray is so much value for a normal effect monster. She is just unbelievable. But there are a lot of times where we just get pug stop because we get outvalued too quickly. And as you can see, I'm not sure I'm going to show that one, the dinosaur deck one. Turn 1, summon like 6 monsters, and we summon literally nothing. No responses, no Nibiru, no effect failures, no Ash Blossom in our opening hand, and we just ultimately demolished by turn 2. So it's not bad. Sky Striker is good, but it's not something I would craft a lot of stuff in. And clearly, I invested quite a bit into this deck because I love the archetype, but as a player, and as someone who's been seeing the kind of meta deck is going around, I don't think that this is necessarily great. In fact, I think it's one of the weaker decks that you're going to be facing. And it has a lot of ways to being interrupted. It has lots of ways of being stopped, essentially. Which is because it's just too conditional. There's way too much steps inside Sky Striker. Like, even with the effect failures and the Ash Blossoms, I was hurt by the lack of impermanence and whatnot. And I know this isn't meant to be like super high tier and whatnot, but still, it was very difficult trying to clutch wins from actual high tier decks. And the cards that you're spending, like, I don't know, Mobilize cards, ultra rare cards, flippin', you know, all these other things that you need in order to like just get yourself to a position where you can outvalue your opponent is, it's fun. I love it. But I do not think for a second that this is going to be anything high tier. You will win new games. It is extremely fun to play, but there are better things to craft your decks on, and I'll share some of those decks with you in the next coming days. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video. If you guys have any suggestions of what we could have done better, please be sure to leave it down below. And if you have any suggestions on decks and archetypes you would like to try out, then, you know, leave it down in the comments. And if you want to support the channel and the content, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, or visit our website, www.tabletop.ie, for all your Yu-Gi-Oh! And trading card needs. Until next time, everyone, catch you later.